Hello everyone, here's your weather hazard briefing for Thursday, October 17th. We've had one round move through already, but more rounds of rain and snow will continue through tomorrow. We have a second cold front coming through today. That's going to start pulling in those colder temperatures and lower snow levels. We'll see those slowly falling from west to east today. By tonight, tomorrow morning, we'll see them reaching valley floors within about 500 feet of valley floors anyway by tomorrow morning, and that trend kind of continues through the day tomorrow as precipitation quickly winds down. It'll still breezy around the area. Winds later on today and tonight, tomorrow will switch to more of a northerly direction area wide. Unfortunately, we don't see a prolonged period of precipitation after today and tomorrow. A few light showers with a quick passing system on Monday. Otherwise, it looks pretty much dry as we head through a good chunk of next week. Satellite already shows that we have our first round moving through. We did have a little bit of lightning activity over western Montana and western Idaho overnight, and even up into the Pacific Northwest underneath the main part of the low. That will be shifting over and digging south and east across the area in the next 36 hours, keeping the chance of rain and snow in the forecast. That's also allowing it to pull those colder temperatures into our area as we see this storm progressing through the period. The weather risk outlook, we don't have a lot of impacts in there anywhere across the area. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be maybe some localized greater impacts, especially as we get a little bit heavier potential for snow under some bands, some showers. We or even may see a few thunderstorms around through this evening as well. But you'll notice Saturday and Sunday dry as a bone, and a few showers. Those mainly will impact the central mountains and the eastern highlands, maybe as far south as we head towards Stanley and Sun Valley. More likely probably between Stanley and Sun Valley up the Stanley Basin, and then trying to push into the Wood River Valley during the day. But other than that, it's going to be dry across the area and pretty much area-wide into next week. So looking at how things are going to progress today, we already have again a few showers and even a few thunderstorms back to the west shifting in as this band is pushing into Wyoming through the rest of the morning. We'll see that shifting through. We'll see a little bit of an enhanced band coming in across the South Hills and the Albion Mountains, shifting across portions of the Snake Plain and the southeast highlands later on this evening. We're going to watch that band. Don't be surprised if that actually shifts over the next few hours across the area as we watch that low moving in. That'll give wherever that band sends up tonight, and then as we go through the rest of the night into tomorrow, you'll notice we'll start to see precipitation redeveloping across portions of the Snake Plain and Magic Valley and into the bench areas. That's the wraparound, the convergence / hybrid upslope band that's going to develop overnight into tomorrow morning and extending up into the Island Park area as well. That will last through the early morning, and then you'll notice as we go through the rest of the morning and afternoon, that band eventually evaporates, and we'll see some lingering light precipitation across the southeast corner as we go into the late afternoon hours. Breaking things down just a bit more for the next 36 hours. For this morning, those wind gusts across the area, greatest across the Magic Valley, Snake Plain, into the bench areas, up around the wind farms. Some of those wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour for this morning. We'll see those wind gusts dying down this afternoon. Light amounts of precipitation, a little heavier precipitation in some of the higher elevations with that band exiting the region this morning. A light snow generally in the higher elevations, mid to upper elevations for this morning over the central mountains. Those wind gusts this afternoon do die down, generally about 20 to 30 across the area. And late in the afternoon, we'll start to see those northerly winds spilling across the divide and out of the central mountains very late in the afternoon. Precipitation amounts, generally a hundredth to a tenth, maybe a quarter in a few areas. We'll watch that band coming in from around Jackpot back across the South Hills and Albion Mountains towards the Pocatello area. Again, still the snow level still pretty high over the south and east, lowering just slightly through the rest of the day. Just light amounts of snow over the central mountains, maybe up around Bora Peak, some enhanced snow amounts later on this afternoon. Temperatures today in the 40s and 50s area wide. Might try to push 60 very late in the day down towards Rockland or south of Rockland, down towards Malad, down towards the Utah border. Otherwise, 30s up in the mountains, in the central mountains this afternoon. There are those wind gusts generally coming out of the north, more of a west to northwest across the Magic Valley into the South Hills. But again, some of those gusts 35, 40 miles an hour in some locations for this evening. And there's that enhanced precipitation over portions of the Snake Plain, the bench areas into the southeast highlands. We'll be watching to see that today. And some of these higher amounts may be not necessarily due to an enhanced full band of precipitation. Might be a little bit of embedded thunder late this afternoon and this evening in that band as well. You'll start to see this colder air spilling in, snow filling in across the higher elevations of the southeast highlands, eastern highlands, down across the South Hills. Maybe just a few flurries late this evening over the portions of the Arco Desert, but you'll see those snow amounts winding down up across the central mountains into southwest Montana. And those gusts after midnight continuing to increase as you head to the south, across the entire area actually, as the winds become more northerly over all of central and eastern Idaho. Again, some of those gusts over 35 miles per hour between midnight and sunrise tomorrow. And those precipitation amounts quickly trending south and eastward. A little bit of that enhanced band you can see from around Rexburg back down towards Rock and even Burley, the bench areas, and some locally higher amounts over portions of Island Park. Again, snow amounts will be generally light across the area, maybe some enhancement along the bench areas of over an inch. Going into tomorrow morning, out ahead of that main push where it's still maybe a little bit warmer across the Snake Plain, temperatures hovering just above freezing. Otherwise, pretty much everyone else at or below freezing by tomorrow morning. Wind gusts tomorrow, they will continue but slowly winding down, and again during the day tomorrow they'll be out of a northerly, in some areas maybe a northeasterly direction on the backside of that low as it quickly pushes to the south and east. Rain and snow amounts will be generally light after 6 a.m. through the rest of the day. Any heavier precipitation should be shifting into Wyoming, Utah, and points to the south and to the east. Highs tomorrow, a few folks barely pushing above 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon, otherwise 30s and 40s across the board. Talking about Saturday dry, pretty much a widespread freeze everywhere. In some places, it's going to be downright cold on Saturday morning, typical for this time of year. Maybe a few areas right at freezing down around Oakley, also south of Twin, also along the Utah border as well. Otherwise, teens and 20s across the board. The colder valley spots, probably in the 5 to 10 degree range for tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Temperatures warming up just a few degrees overall, maybe a few 60s popping up on Saturday. We'll skip ahead to Monday. The warming trend continues. 60s, maybe some places trying to push 65 to 70 over the Magic Valley, over into the Treasure Valley again Monday as well. And it's a little cooler up to north again. That's where we'll have more of the clouds and the chance of those light showers during the day on Monday. So once again, round one is shifting into Wyoming this morning, but the main low is coming in, so more rounds of showers throughout today into tomorrow. Can't rule out a few thunderstorms. The chance is not high, but a few thunderstorms embedded or will be around today most likely. Those snow levels slowly falling from west-east today into tonight. It will be breezy, winds more out of a south and westerly direction the first part of today. Tonight and tomorrow they'll switch to more of a northerly direction on the backside of that low. And like I said earlier, not a prolonged precipitation spell, not a prolonged area of rain and snow into the area. Maybe a few showers on Monday. Otherwise, it looks like another at least dry spell that's going to last a few days headed our direction. Have a great Thursday and do stay safe out there, everyone.